Hello everybody. Hey, first thing I want to do is I want to apologize to everybody because something happened on one of my videos and almost every comment for that video got routed to my spam filter and it was put on hold. And for whatever reason, I can't see those on my phone app. I've got the YouTube Studio on my phone, but it didn't, when I look at it, it doesn't show anything on hold. And I happened to boot up the PC for a completely different reason. And while I was there, I was going to watch YouTube on my other monitor, and I clicked on the studio and I saw I had like 75 comments on hold. So I want to apologize to everybody. It was in this video up here, in case you missed it, where my wife bought all the RCs for me to review, and I never got in a hurry to review them because nobody commented on them. I thought, well, nobody wants to see them. I'll just do them for myself. Anyway, I got the 1060 ESC installed to install in the car, and I got a couple other. I'm going to do the speed test on 2S and 3S, and we'll see where things go from there. But I'm kind of short on light again today. That's just the way my life is right now. So we'll get started on this. And again, I apologize, all my subscribers. I wasn't ignoring anybody. If I ever do not respond to you, I try to respond to every comment. If I don't respond to you, throw something at me again, because it's not because I don't want to, or it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I just flat didn't see it. So I will now start checking my spam filter on the PC on a regular basis. Anyway, let's get started on the speed tests. Okay, rip this ESC apart, and I am just not seeing any components in here that look damaged, and it's potted in epoxy anyway, so we're just going to call this a done deal. I don't know if it popped a capacitor, I don't know what it did, but as much epoxy as they poured in there, I'm not going to try to dig it out. So I picked up a few things that we will look at. I picked up a Dumbo RC receiver. It's the 6-channel 2.4 gig model X6, and it's got a receiver in it, but it's not the gyro receiver. I thought that's what I ordered, but when I double checked it, I did not order the gyro receiver. So I'll have to pick one of those up. And then I've got a little 1060 ESC servo, another box of servos. So you can never have too many servos. I'm gonna open these things up and see if we can get started. That was easy. All of these are the same. Not sure which one I'm going to use. I'm thinking one of these two right here, but haven't decided yet. And that's my 1060. It's got the wrong connector on it, so what I'm going to do, cut the connector off of this and just splice this in real quick, and then we'll throw this in the 144001 and see if we can get a speed test out of it. All right, folks, through the magic of not turning the camera back on, we're done. Now, nothing is secured. I don't have any double-sided tape. I got the 1060 ESC in here. The little receiver is sitting back here. Nothing is probably where it's going to end up, but I just want to do a speed run, and I'm going to try. I'm charging a little 2S battery right now, and I'm going to drag a 3S battery out with me. We'll do a speed run on both and see what we come up with. And this This is the servo that I ended up using, and man, I tell you, it's really quick. Now, it doesn't quite fit the bracket for the car, but the bracket basically reaches down around the top like this. If somebody had turned on the recorder, you would have seen that, but they didn't. So I'm just giving you an example. So this the bracket is a little narrower than the body of the servo. So what I did is I just took an emery board and I filed out on the inside of both sides of it just a little bit, and then it fit on there. And if you haven't ever taken your servo off, there are a couple of pins. I'll zoom back in here. That screw and that screw hold it in, and that's a pin and that's a pin. So as long as you can file it down just enough to get those two pins in there, the two screws will line up, and I think it's pretty secure. And we'll go try it out. I did put a not fully charged battery in here, and the servo was really responsive, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, let's go give this a speed test as soon as my batteries are charged. The speed is zeroed out. I'm almost out of light, so I'm going to try to get the 3S test in there, so I'm not going to do anything real elaborate. I'm not going to grab the other camera or anything. Let's see what we got. Come here. Okay, 32. That's what it was doing with the stock ESC. Try to make one more pass with it. And again, this is on 2S. Okay, we hit 33 that time. So I'm going to grab the 3S battery as quickly as I can, and hopefully we can get one more run in. Okay, we got it on 3S. Now let me clear this out. Okay, we're back on 0. Again, I'm not going to do anything real fancy or even a long test. I wished I'd had the camera on. It was amazing how good a job I did on soldering a minute ago. Whoa. This is my boat battery. Oh, can't even hardly see the car. Whoa, that was close to the curb. Let's see what we did. Okay, I'm looking at 44. There you go, 44. And I'm gonna try one more time. I scared somebody down there. This thing goes into limp mode, and there is if you hit it too hard, too fast, there's a capacitor modification for that I haven't done yet. I can't even tell which way it's pointed. There we go. Whoa! I wish I'd have got that on camera. It's way down there. Hit the curb right there and jumped. I think I saw a tire fly off. Battery flew out. the heck? Oh, that's the GPS. It wasn't a tire. It was a tire. I don't even know where the tire went. Well, I got 45 on the GPS. Here's the battery. Here's the car. Where's the tire? Man. Oh, wow, there's the tire. Hope my neighbors don't mind. Hope they don't have a video doorbell. I guess this is what happens when you get in a rush. So you hit this little ramp right here, and I think the first point of impact where it hit the ground again was right about right there. Well, the speed test is concluded for today. Show you what we did. And even ripped the cover on the battery. So it was a pretty good impact. I don't know. Doesn't look like it bent the shock. I don't know. It's not drivable though, so speed test is over for today. Oh, GPS. What did it do with the GPS? So officially hit 45 miles an hour before it hit the curb. So there we go. We'll talk a little bit more when I get inside. Okay, I figure we'll talk a little bit while I tidy this stuff up or unwrap it and check for more damage. Did bend the shock tower, which I would have expected. ESC is not warm. The motor's a little warm. But, yeah, we got a few things. Looks like the shocks just knocked out of place. Okay, the shock's not damaged. Shock tower is damaged. So just a couple of pieces. Actually just broke this. No, this piece is broken. Yeah, the end of it is on here. So just broke two pieces. For that hard of an impact, I don't think it did too bad. Rear shock towers look okay. The passenger side, if you want to call it that. Oh, wait a minute. Some of you guys have a different passenger side. The right side is okay. My solder job held up really well. That's what I did. I just unsoldered that from the factory ESC and moved it over to this ESC. Took that, I think they call that a Tamiya plug off. So I'll get a gyro receiver while these parts are on their way in. 45 miles an hour, I'm not unhappy with that. I might tinker with the timing on this a little bit, although I'm on it, run it a time or two as is and evaluate it a little more. Just double checking everything. Yeah, that seems to be the only thing I broke. The A-arm seems to be fine. Lower control arm. This one's okay. That's where I saw a few sparks. This is where my sparks came from. Probably from that screw right there. This screw and this screw made contact with the pavement. These two did. So for everything it went through, I'm pretty okay with the results there. Let's see if it did anything to the... No, didn't break the wheel. The tire looks okay. So I think that's all we did. So all you guys that, if you're new to the channel, I've got a whole playlist on this. I've got 2 of these cars. I actually have 3 of them. Another one came in the mail today. Originally, I was going to leave this one stock and do my brushless experiments with this one. But as it turns out, I blew the ESC in both of these cars. So this is a little 1060 ESC, WP 1060 RTR, waterproof, brushed motor. And so far, I'm happy with that. It's got a LiPo setting. You move these jumpers over. And there's a bunch of guys who did a full review on this. Is why I've kind of glossed over it. And I want to use it a little more before I give an honest opinion on it. I can't honestly evaluate it in 20 minutes. So you got your LiPo and nickel metal hydride. You just move this jumper over, and then you've got forward, reverse brake, and forward brake, and just forward, I guess. Anyway, multi-mode, and there's the model number on it. And I'll try to scrounge a link or something to throw in the description. So if you're new to the channel, I'll put a playlist up here somewhere. And for those of you that have been sticking around with me to see this stuff built, what I was in the middle of saying, this was going to be my brushed and brushless experiment. This one was going to remain stock, but this one was going to remain stock. But since I've done all this other crazy stuff, I just bought a 3rd car. The 3rd car is going to stay stock. This one is going to be my brushless experiment. This is going to be my brushed experiment. And this is a 17-turn 540 motor. And I do have a 21-turn 550 motor that I want to put in here also. So I'm going to wrap this up because I'm starting to ramble. And you guys, I appreciate you sticking around, and have a great night, and I'll catch you down the road.